I'm totally getting better. It's not even 11 a.m. I mean, it is. It's not even 11:30 a.m. Good morning. I went to bed. Well, I shut down my computer and stopped reading at 3:40, and then I probably fell asleep around 4. But I am 120 pages basically into Law's Justice. And let me just say, I am realizing how bad of a writer she is, or at least how bad these books are. Like, just, there's so many bad things that are in here. Like, there's a lot of, as you know, bobs, which is a term for something if you have a big chunk of dialogue, or it doesn't have to be big, but if you have some dialogue where it's like one character addressing another and telling them something that would already be known for the reader's sake. So it's like, as you know, Bob, we've been coworkers for 10 years now. So it's like information dump in the dialogue, and it's just unnecessary and unrealistic and stupid, and it happens a lot in this book. And there's just a lot of like character dumps where it's just like many characters that don't even play that big of a role in the book are brought up and explained, and yeah, I could keep going on, but I'm still gonna finish the book. So there's a line in this book that said, "The scent of her was like a beacon," but I accidentally read, "The scent of her was like bacon." It's like, bacon. Didn't know. Yeah. While I've been reading, somebody else has been very sleepy. You don't even want to move out of my lap, do you? Candace, there's no way. You can't. Yeah. Also, Gail Carriger, the author of the Parasol Protectorate steampunk books I was reading, replied to me again. No big deal. This time I wrote, "I also have to say, though all 3 books have some wonderful witty lines, Blameless had me laughing out loud the most. She said, "Excellent, good to know I'm not losing my touch as I go along." And yet again. This is literally minutes ago. "You're absolutely not losing your touch at all." And she said, "Aw, thank you." So that's correspondence, like, pretty much immediately, which I have started reading her fashion blog, and I'm not a fashion person, but her posts make me really interested in fashion. Of course, of like vintage 1800s, which is pretty much the only fashion that I will admit to like, because modern fashion sucks. Candace is trying to sleep and failing because I won't let her. Come lay over here. Problems? Oh my goodness. You're too much. You really are. Anyway, she's an awesome person, Gail Carriger. If you are interested in fashion, I will post a link to her blog. It's called Retro Rack. And yeah, go check out the books, because they really are good. I was reading for a while and then just really randomly fell asleep. So my mom is home and I'm making myself some tea now. In my favorite mug, of course. Another book read and finished. I finished the Lorelei book. It's pretty sure I'm not going to read any more of this series because it's just ridiculous and not very well written. So now I have to figure out what I want to read next. I think I might finish Infernal Devices. I'm about halfway done. And I'm pretty sure I remember everything about it. It was just that it was way too verbose for me, but after reading the Parasol Protectorate books, I think I can slip right back into it and actually be comfortable with the language of this book. So, I mean, this is the author of this book created the term steampunk. So, I think it's pretty important that I read it and finish it. So, I think that's what I'm going to do now. It is 11:59, so 1 minute before tomorrow, and I've finished Infernal Devices. So technically I finished 2 books today, although I didn't cheat with this one because I actually had read half of it before. But there you go. So it was definitely an interesting read, and the last 150 pages were definitely the best parts of the book. It was getting up to that, all the revelations that were very, very interesting, but getting up to that was the hard part. And even after reading the Parasol Protectorate, the language in this book is wow, but very genuine to the time period, so I appreciate that. And man, the clockwork stuff that is in this novel, wow. Not the easiest of reads, but very fascinating, absolutely fascinating, especially some of the theories that it has. So yeah, there's that. I finished that book. Now I don't know what to read next because I knew I wanted to finish that one. In the past 6 days I have read 6 books. That's how I roll. I am a reader and a writer. I have been writing all this semester, so I have to get up on all my reading. So with all those books that I read, the 6 books that I read, I just want you to visualize this. My brain took in all of these pages and these words, just about. Okay, so half of this book. So I started on like page 203. I'm being very specific here. Okay, so from that's basically what I read in the past few hours. Plus this book. But these 6 books, 5.5 if you want to be particular, are the words on those pages are what went into my brain these past 6 days. I am pretty pleased with myself, though I am not one to brag very often. The books I have here, this one could be interesting. Well, they all are very interesting. I might just go to the next steampunk novel that I have. I think I might do that. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I might take a brief change into the still strange Clockwork Orange, but we'll see. Or Dexter. I have no idea what to read. So, good night.